All right, we're briefly going to go over these example problems. Remember that your test is tomorrow, so if you are struggling with these, you need to come in either before school on Friday or see Mrs. Springer after school today. All right, so our first example, we're going to set up with our train tracks. We have 24 miles per 1 hour. At the end of our train tracks, we want to end up with feet per minute. Okay, you look at the top, I have miles on top, but I want to end up with feet, so I'm going to have to change it. In order to get rid of miles, I need to put it on bottom, so I have 1 mile, which is the same as 5,280 feet. I can cross-reduce my miles gone. Now you can see on top I am left with feet, which is what I want. However, on bottom I have hours to start with and I need to end up with minutes. Okay, so I'm going to put hour on top so that I can cross-reduce the label, which means I need to put minutes on bottom, and there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. I can again cross-reduce my labels, hours gone, hours gone. On bottom, I'm left with minutes, which is what I want. Okay, now I'm ready to just multiply straight across. I take 24 times 5,280, and I get 126,720. And then on bottom, I have 1 times 1 times 60, which is just 60. When you have a number on top of another number, you need to divide to simplify, and you get a final answer of 2,112 feet per minute. All right, our next example, we have 3 gallons per 1 second. And again, at the end of my train tracks, I want to end up with quarts per minute. Okay? I know that there are 4 quarts in 1 gallon, so I want gallons to go on bottom so that I can cancel it out. I cross-reduce my label. Gallons gone, gallons gone. I'm left with quarts on top, which is what I want. Now on the bottom, I have seconds on bottom, but I need to end up with minutes. So I need to cross-reduce my label and put 60 seconds on top, and that is 1 minute on bottom. Again, I can cross-reduce my labels. Seconds gone, and I'm left with minutes on bottom. Again, I can multiply straight across. So I take 3 times 4, which is 12, times 60, and that gives me 720 quarts per 1 minute. So the answer will be 720. Okay, and number 3, we have 10 pounds per 1 inch. And at the end of my train tracks, I want it to be ounce per feet. Okay, I know that there are 16 ounces in 1 pound. I need pound to go on bottom so that I can cross-reduce the label, which means I need 16 ounces on top. I can cross out pounds, and I'm left with ounces on top, which is what I want. On bottom, I have inch, and I need it to be feet. So I'm going to put inches on top in order to cross-reduce my label, and that's 1 foot, which is 12 inches. Again, I can now cancel out my inches. I'm left with feet on bottom, which is what I want. I can multiply straight across. 10 times 16 is 160. 160 times 12 gives me an answer of 1,920. So I have 1,920 ounces per feet. Now we're in our books on page 36, so everyone should be following along in their books. Example 4 at the top. It says the tables shown represent the number of pages Martin and Gabrielle read over time. Which situation represents a proportional relationship between the time spent reading and the number of pages read? Explain. Okay, so first of all, these are two totally different people, so you're not going to combine their tables. I'm going to figure out how many pages per minute Martin read and then how many pages per minute Gabrielle read. Okay, since I'm saying pages per minute, I need to make sure that my ratios line up the way. So I have 2 pages in 5 minutes, and that is simplified. I have 4 pages in 10 minutes. Is there something that I could reduce both 4 and 10 by? And the answer to that is yes. I could divide both the top and the bottom by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, so I got 2/5 here. I got 2/5 here. And now if I take the fraction 6 over 15, is there something that can both go into 6 and 15? The answer is yes. I could both divide the bottom and top by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So again, I got 2/5. So we can already say that Martin has a proportional relationship because he reads 2 pages per 5 minutes. Okay? Now we need to decide if Gabrielle has a proportional relationship of reading pages per minute. Okay? So again, 3 is going to go on top because that's the number of pages. 5 will go on bottom because that's the amount of time it took. There is nothing that 3 and 5 can be divided by, so I know that is the reduced fraction. Now I have 4 pages in 10 minutes. I can both divide 4 and 10 by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I had 3/5, and then I had 2/5. So I already know that Gabrielle doesn't read in a proportional ratio. So I need to go back to my original question. It says, which situation represents a proportional relationship? Okay, Martin has a proportional relationship because he reads at 2 pages per 5 minutes. What I want you to do is on page 36, go down to guided practice number 2. I want you to do that on your own. Stand quietly when you are finished. You are not to talk. And we'll check it as a class, and then you're going to do one more on your own before you get your assignment.